Opposition leader Tony Abbott has directed the Liberal Party to put the Greens last when it comes to preferences on all lower house how-to-vote cards. And Labor's joined the coalition in ruling out deals with the minor parties and independents if it wins the election.
The last thing that you, the people, want is another hung parliament and another minority government.
The Greens' only member in the lower house and the man most affected by the coalition preference announcement is Bandt. Adam, is this decision going to make it difficult for you to retain the seat of Melbourne?
I don't think it'll have much impact at all. We always presumed from day one that Tony Abbott and Labor would strike some kind of deal where they would keep Parliament as a two-party closed shop. With a small increase in our vote, we'll win it in our own right. And in fact, it probably helps a bit when Tony Abbott goes out and says, don't vote for this guy because he's got too much influence. That's something I'll probably put on my campaign leaflets.
But Adam, these how-to-vote cards are quite weird anyway, but you don't have to follow it, do you?
You don't, and I think it's important that people understand that. And what we've always said as the Greens is vote one Greens and then fill out the rest yourself. Parties can only suggest to you what to do, but really at the end of the day, it's up to you and you should make your own decision.
Speaking of things that Tony Abbott's been saying, he was on John Laws talking about marriage equality today. Have a listen to this.
Many traditional things are wonderful, and marriage is a tradition of very long standing.
I'm not someone who wants to see radical change based on the fashion of the moment.
Now, I've stood with you on the back of a truck addressing thousands of people at a marriage equality rally in the past. This is hardly fashion of the moment, is it?
That's right. I think one of the things that these old parties don't understand is that society's actually moved on. It's not about fashion, it's about dignity, it's about decency, and it's about everyone having the right to marry the person they love regardless of their gender. And if we can leave something behind, the parliamentary terms are all 3 years long, but if we can leave something behind that's going to make a difference to millions of Australians, and it's not just the people who want to get married, it's their families and their friends who want to see the people close to them enjoy the same love and affection as everyone else, it'll be a very good thing Parliament will have done.
Adam, I was actually surprised that Tony Abbott knew that gay people were more fashionable.
Maybe he's been taking some advice on the campaign trail, I'm not sure.
Well, all the best with it, Adam. Thanks for your time tonight.
Good on you, thanks very much.
It's interesting, in talking about same-sex marriage, Tony Abbott has mentioned his sister a lot, who is gay, and they have very different views on it, and some had suggested that she was starting to maybe change his mind over time. And then Tony Abbott came out and said this today, and this is what his sister replied on Twitter, saying, everyone knows that my brother and I have different views on marriage equality. He doesn't speak for me and I don't speak for him. I think it's going to be frosty next time they catch up.
Well, she knows that he's not the suppository of all wisdom, I believe.